This is Plant-Based Briefing, the health benefits of asparagus, 6 reasons it's good for you, Part 1, from Ocean Robbins at foodrevolution.org. And I'm Marian Erickson, and this is the Plant-Based Podcast where I narrate a variety of articles on plant-based and vegan living with permission in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. And today's is longer than that, so it's a two-parter. I'm reading Part 1 today, and I'll read Part 2 tomorrow. It's from Ocean Robbins, the CEO of Food Revolution Network, which is a nonprofit committed to healthy, ethical, and sustainable food for all. It's guided by John and his father, Ocean Robbins, and they produce amazing content. They do a Food Revolution Summit, a completely free summit, each spring that reaches hundreds of thousands of people with the important news about the health impacts of plant-based living. They've also got great blogs and recipes, all kinds of great information on plant-based living, so check them out at foodrevolution.org. And now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. The health benefits of asparagus, 6 reasons it's good for you, Part 1 by Ocean Robbins at foodrevolution.org. Summary: asparagus may be a weird-looking vegetable that makes your pee smell funny, but it's also a nutritional powerhouse and a culinary giant. What's in asparagus that's so good for you, and what health benefits does it provide? How do you select the best spears, and how do you store them for maximum flavor and nutrition? Find out below. If there was an Academy Award ceremony for produce, I'd argue that asparagus should be a perennial contender for healthiest vegetable, and we'll see why in a little bit. But first, we have to deal with the smelly elephant in the room, because the Oscar for vegetable that causes the funniest smelling pee goes yet again to asparagus. Polite applause followed by asparagus, embarrassed, mumbling an acceptance speech, and quickly slinking off the stage. Okay, let me try to be mature about this weird feature of asparagus because it's very much related to asparagus' health benefits. When you eat asparagus, one of the compounds that your body metabolizes is called asparagic acid. I give whoever named it an A for accuracy and a C for creativity. Inside your body, asparagic acid turns into several different byproducts, one of which is called methanethiol. This substance is what gives post-asparagus urine its distinct odor. Now, not everyone experiences aromatic pee. Some people may produce far more methanethiol than others due to genetic differences in their metabolism, and some lucky, unlucky folks simply lack the olfactory ability to detect the odor and so may wrongly believe that they don't produce it or that it doesn't even exist. Although the smell is not everyone's cup of tea, if it is your cup of tea, I may decline an invitation to your tea party. The compounds responsible for it are part of what makes asparagus so healthy. In this article, we'll look at some of the ways asparagus can support your health. We'll explore its nutritional profile, check out the research on asparagus health benefits, and share how to choose and store asparagus to maintain its health benefits. Plus, if you stay all the way to the end, you'll find a link to our companion article with 7 delicious asparagus recipes. Asparagus nutrition. On paper, asparagus is a nutritional powerhouse. Calorically speaking, it's mostly carbohydrates with a small but not insignificant amount of protein, 2.4 grams of protein per 100-gram serving of asparagus. That same serving also delivers 2 grams of fiber, which sounds a bit low since asparagus is sometimes extremely chewy, especially if you don't cook it or neglect to cut off the tough fibrous stems. Asparagus is also an excellent source of both fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins, especially vitamins A, C, E, K, and most of the B vitamins. Plus, it's no slouch when it comes to minerals, including copper, manganese, selenium, and potassium. Most of the nutrients in asparagus increase slightly in concentration when it's cooked rather than eaten raw, although you can get a heap of benefits either way. Asparagus also delivers specialty nutrients that pack huge nutritional punches, including potent antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, which are important to eye health, glutathione, which is a multi-disease fighting powerhouse, and quercetin, which has anti-inflammatory properties. And as we've seen or smelled, asparagus also contains the sulfur-containing compound asparagic acid that makes your pee smell weird. While the smell of sulfur may conjure mental images of fire and brimstone, its presence in vegetables generally signals nutritional superpowers. Other veggies high in sulfur include allium, such as onions and garlic, and cruciferous, such as cabbage, broccoli, and kale vegetables, 2 of the top superfood categories. These sulfur-rich foods play a significant role in preventing various diseases, including chronic inflammation, cancer, diabetes, obesity, and neural dysfunction. They're also being studied for their ability to enhance the effects of chemotherapy and support neurological function. And we're just scratching the surface in understanding asparagus' rich cocktail of phytonutrients and their ability to promote health and fight disease across a wide spectrum of organs, systems, and conditions. Purple asparagus in particular deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award for its high concentrations of anthocyanins. Top 6 Health Benefits of Asparagus. While there's much yet to discover about how asparagus can help us thrive, there are 6 areas in particular where research is beginning to make serious inroads: gut health, cancer treatment, cardiac health, liver and kidney function, eye health, and skin health, aka anti-aging. You'll notice that much of this research is in its early stages, which unfortunately means researchers are often testing extracted compounds on rodents rather than simply feeding asparagus to humans and seeing what happens. Our view on the use of animals in medical research is linked here. That said, there's good reason to expect that at least some of the health benefits transfer across species, especially since whole foods typically deliver more nutritional benefits than individual nutrients extracted from those foods. Asparagus and gut health. In 2020, researchers from China fed asparagus extracts to mice who had been on a high-fat diet and discovered that the compounds found in asparagus increased the diversity of the rodent's gut bacteria in ways that could theoretically treat the elevated cholesterol caused by their diet. A comparison group received cholesterol-lowering medication instead of asparagus and didn't show the same increase in gut biodiversity. The following year, another Chinese research lab showed that the fiber from asparagus not only altered the ratios of gut bacteria in mice who had been on a high-fat diet, but also lowered total cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, and triglycerides in the serum of mice who had been on a high-fat diet. Expanding on those previous studies, researchers from Spain also looked for the specific compounds in asparagus that enable us to so significantly improve microbial diversity, and they flagged several, including xylose, inulin, flavonoids, and saponins for future study. Asparagus and cancer. One promising avenue for the treatment of cancer is the search for metabolic interventions that starve cancer cells but leave healthy cells unharmed. A compound in asparagus, asparagine, appears to do just that to leukemia cells, and scientists are looking for ways to harness this power in the fight against other cancers. A 2021 study by an international group of researchers showed that asparagus slowed ovarian cancer progression in mice, both fighting the growth of tumors and preventing their metastasis into other organs and parts of their bodies. And in the same year, a team of Italian scientists also found that asparagus compounds given in conjunction with chemotherapy for breast cancer improved the specificity of the treatment. That is, asparagus appears to allow the chemotherapeutic agents to target cancer cells more specifically and effectively and leave healthy cells alone. Asparagus and heart health. The gut bacteria changes that asparagus can bring about appear to favor heart health by lowering levels of circulating fats in the blood, at least in test tube studies. Food scientists in Japan discovered in 2013 that asparagus extract lowered blood pressure in hypertensive mice. In a randomized controlled trial, the extract dropped the average mouse's systolic blood pressure significantly to 160, a full 30 points lower than the control group, and appeared to do so via the same mechanism as a major class of hypertensive drugs, the ACE inhibitors. As a result, there's hope that asparagus compounds, or even raw or cooked asparagus, could help people reduce their hypertension without the side effects of these drugs. Asparagus and liver and kidney disease. Asparagus is also a possible friend to your liver and kidneys. A 2015 study out of China identified a bunch of compounds in asparagus that appear to be protective against chemical changes associated with liver scarring, the process that leads to cirrhosis, in test tube samples. In 2018, an Iranian team extended this line of inquiry, this time with a controlled study of live mice. They found that asparagus extract protected against oxidative stress as well as liver and kidney damage in mice who were exposed to the endocrine disruptor BPA. You just listened to The Health Benefits of Asparagus, 6 Reasons It's Good for You, Part 1 by Ocean Robbins at foodrevolution.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. And tune in tomorrow for the second half of this article where you'll hear about asparagus and eye health, asparagus and skin health, how to choose asparagus, how to store asparagus, and I also share Food Revolution Network's stance on animal testing that Ocean mentioned in this article. So please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.